Tomb Raider Chronicles, first level in Ireland we were doing tonight, and it was the Gallows tree.
From the start, which way did you go? Straight on?
I took very little time exploring the top because I thought there's clearly this path going downwards. Let's go down there. That's going to be the way to go, because there was nowhere to. There was no path to follow, and it was clear that you couldn't jump up and over towards the hamlets. So I went down, and I was down in this ditch with like a tree and like different cool sort of PS1 textures all over the place.
Yeah, I did a similar thing. So I looked down the hole and I jumped in. Well, I ran in the first time, and then I tried to jump, and so I was like, yeah, go down that hole. And then spent a long time trying to get up to the ledge.
Yeah, we were both trying to jump onto this ledge from down in that sort of pit, weren't we, for a while?
Legendary ledge.
Sorry?
A legendary ledge.
Legendary ledge. What a ledge. Yeah. One thing I did like about this level was we kind of did it almost co-op, because there were certain bits where like I was getting stuck on, you helped me with, you were getting stuck on, I helped you with.
I'm wondering if we might have missed any climbing textures anywhere.
I tried climbing like some ivy stuff, but I've gone back to the beginning, and I might be just repeating what you've done. But there is like some jump to the... I'm onto something, I think. Back up at the top end.
It gives you a musical cue, so I'm presuming it's like, oh, this has piqued my interest, I need to go somewhere from here. Also, look at the moon, it's pretty.
Yeah, I like the sky, and it's good. Yeah, I think follow the music cues on this one. Cutscene.
Where'd you go after the initial jump and the shimmy ledge?
If you face away from the wall, there's a slopey to your right. Jump the slope and then grab as you slide down off it.
Yep, and then from there am I looking to get into that crag that we were viewing before that we couldn't get into? Been trying to do.
And that helps dull the sense of frustration that you can get like in
definitely, yeah, because I think it kind of, even although in terms of the race it was maybe more stressful, but I thought it was good to know that you had progressed, so it wasn't like a submarine type sticking point, which was we just weren't going to stop. So I knew there was going to be a way out, and I think we kept leapfrogging each other a bit in the level as well, didn't we?
Yeah, so I was trying to get ahead so I could give you a hint to like you and help. I think what they designed it like at the beginning was to make you go down there and realize I can't do anything down here, I've got to go back up top. It looks like there's a ledge here that I should be getting onto, and then when it makes you brave enough to make that leap over the top.
What's kind of frustrating is that in sinking sub they start you facing the wrong way, and then here, which is the next level, you've got a hole behind you, but that's the wrong way. So.
keeping you guessing.
But it was a nice little area, and I think how well designed and like the textures, like you said, how good the level was. Also,
the sky was beautiful.
If that was just in a submarine, we would have been a lot more frustrated, I think, because it's just not as pretty and not as well designed, I think.
Yeah, you're sort of like enjoying being in the spot. But this level, Gallows Tree, beautiful. Like aesthetically, like really nice. And there's an atmosphere to it. There's lots of like different musical cues as you progress.
Yes.
And that's indicated that you were in the right area that we sort of figured out as we were going along. And that just adds to it. And that was a special thing about this level for me. Yeah,
no, definitely. I agree with that. So eventually we made it up to the pit and across the pit. And then I guess into the main area of the level, actually.
Yeah.
And introduced to the scary man.
What was it? It reminded me of like the Silent Hill creatures that come at you in the school and like, attack your ankles.
The white thing, yeah.
Well,
I thought it was like a mini Michelin man or something.
Yeah. Did it have like a knife? It was hurting.
I don't, or biting you. I don't know. I think it's just general. Don't stick around too long, otherwise I'll knock your health bar down type creature.
And when we were in this area, there was a nice little jump trick to get a secret, which you got.
Yes, I did get that one. Yeah. I was kind of actually disappointed that it was a secret, and I was hoping it was a path to the next section of the level.
Yeah.
So from that kind of area, there was 2 crawl spaces, one going kind of left as you look at the tree and one going right. I think we both explored both, but we made progress in different ones. So I went to the left-hand side and found a pitchfork, and this is without discussing. And while I was doing that,
I didn't take the crawl space. I first of all took the monkey bar swing to fall down into a little square pool, which sends you down, and then there's a bit like which way to go.
I thought that was quite a good swimming bit because it had a few dead ends, but you weren't sent too far out of the way, and I made it with sliver of air left, so it was kind of the perfect length of tension versus ridiculous
it wasn't
dead
like
end,
Tomb 3 where you have to use a med pack halfway along to or find like the air pockets to get down to the sub in that ice level. But it kind of hints at the hut in which the rubber band is in, because there is an exit where you can go and breathe, but then there's also a little passageway here, and then you can come up and out, and then it's like, but I can't climb out here, so this must link up somewhere because of the smart level design. And it was again another sort of neat jump trick that got you into that hut to find the rubber band, which combined with the pitchfork made
catapults.
I do have to complain about picking up the pitchfork though, because again, it was like the shotgun. I just didn't see it. And I explored that bit 2 times before I went back and found it. I think
it was my second go.
This area, there must be a platforming bit to progress, and I was trying to platform for ages with the annoying little thing biting at my heels.
That was a good bit where we were kind of each had an item, but a different item. So we gave a generic kind of clue of where to go. Those monkey bars I nearly missed, and I spent so much time just swimming around that pool and trying to jump over on the slopes. And
there's no way to do it, is there?
No.
That enemy type, what did you think?
They're a bit frustrating. That what do you do? Just roll a few times, but it's nice to have a bit of difference. But I didn't feel particularly pressured on any of the enemies on this level because you have no weapons. They obviously couldn't have made them too difficult.
After doing this slingshot, we get through to the kind of like a maze-like part, and we see loads of different crypts. And we're picking up like a torch, and that's really that was kind of atmospheric, sort of going around there.
I think having played far enough in 4 to know about the torch helped at that bit.
Yes. However, I spent ages trying to pick up a med pack whilst holding the torch in my hand, and you can't do that.
So I had to reset my play session because I thought my L2 had finally given up, and I couldn't crawl anywhere. Before I realised that you can't crawl with a torch. So I'd reset it, still no luck, and then I clicked. I changed the button configuration so it would be L1, and she still didn't crouch down. And then I was like, something's not right here.
And if we remember backwards to the starting sort of episodes, I needed you to have problems in order for me to win. So hopefully this is going to make me the favourite for this. Before we got to the end though, there was a cool bit with setting fire to the roots of the tree where we had seen the guy swinging back and forth and doing that spooky sort of cutscene. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was good. And drops the heart, and then
Which the guy, the ghoul, sort of swinging from the gallows, the soulless guy, requested.
and so you mentioned a sticking point. Was that the sticking point?
No, for me, I thought using this is classic Tomb Raider logic. You use the heart as a key to get through the final door of the stage.
So you predicted that essentially.
I fluked that. I saw that there was a door here, there was a door here, and then in the middle it looked like there was like a gap. So I was wondering if it was like one of those weird in Tomb Raider 4 where you sort of put your hand in and pull a lever, and then it automatically came up with put the heart in. And I'm like, what? I thought that we needed to go and find that place with the swinging open door.
Yeah, because I'd seen that was quite a cool feature, that actually it's kind of cooler that it wasn't part of the game and it was just for eye candy, you know?
Yeah, it's just like the moon just adds to the atmosphere and the feel of this level. So from that perspective, I thought it was a really good level.
And so put the heart in, and then the iron pole that we picked up, that came to good use of a cutscene, her throwing it.
Yeah, again, Tomb Raider logic, man.
What would happen if you didn't have it? Because you had to pick it up. Oh, yeah, you had to pick it up from the bell, the broken bell.
Mm-hmm.
So if you didn't pick it up, I wonder if there would be an alternate cutscene.
Maybe she just dies. It's a good question. Yeah, if anybody knows the answer to that, let me know. So, just leaves us to do our little shout outs this week, and we're going to be talking about our favourite Tomb Raider games and why we love them. My favourite Tomb Raider game is the original 96 Tomb Raider 1. I always had it in my mind that it would be like a really good achievement to try and complete it, because I never had it growing up, but it was one of the games that I wanted, and I saw friends like Nick and my best friend playing it, and then going through and doing it. I just loved the difficulty curve was like perfect, because I'm not the best gamer, and the sense of exploration and isolation was just awesome. Like the mixture between puzzle, platforming, and a little bit of combat, and the way that sort of gradually built up just makes you feel like the ultimate badass as you're progressing through. And I just love the feeling when you're sort of alone and then one of the musical cues come in. It can just be so magical. And since then, because that was the first one I went and completed, I've gone and done 2 and 3, and I've really enjoyed talking about these because unlike your modern video games, they're very linear. So it's been really nice to chat to my best friend, and now going through completing number 4 with you, Nick, and doing this series. We have Tomb Raider Chronicles Race to the End, where we do one level at a time and we chat about it afterwards. It's just, that's what makes it for me, like the talking with my friends. I love that, and like the analysis and getting geeky over it. And to that end, I also really love the Tomb Raider community that's out there. Shout out to Stella with the Ultimate Tomb Raider site, and Badass Games with like his streams and like walkthroughs and stuff, and like all the other like brilliant creators like Azrael Khan and Steve of War, and all these people like who just make it like a fun and thriving and still like brilliant sort of community that's alive with like these old classic retro games. I think it's brilliant.
My favourite game, it was quite a tricky choice, because Tomb Raider 2 was my first game on PlayStation 1. So when I got the console, I got that and Colin McRae. So I played that a lot. And so, thinking back, it brings back obviously a lot of good memories of that. But I think my favourite game is a game I played when I broke my collarbone. So I had to lie in bed for about 3 weeks, and so I could just put the controller on my lap, not really move, and just use my thumbs. So I end up doing pretty much the second generation trilogy that I played, and I think they get better. And Underworld is I think they just took the best things from the first two, and such a good game, and it's my favourite game. And I had a lot of time on my hands. I loved it so much I got all 179 treasures and relics, so it also became my first platinum trophy on the PlayStation Network. Yeah, I don't think I even really knew what trophies were back then, because they were probably quite new at that point. But 100%ed it. I think they just did a lot of things like improved the quick time events, so they weren't a thing in themselves, and it just felt more natural in the game. The movements, just Lara's movements, are just fluid and a lot quicker as well, so it doesn't break up the gameplay, and it just made it a more enjoyable experience. The way that they start in Lara's mansion with fire, and you play almost like an intro, learn the control type, very short level, and then it goes 3 weeks earlier back to the Med Sea, and you eventually go back to Croft's mansion, but that's only midway through the game.
That's where I'm at the moment.
Oh really? Oh, okay. So I won't bring in any obviously big plot spoilers, but that's clever that you've still got more game to go after that. But it kind of fills in why is her house burning, and then what happens after that. So I think that was just a really good storytelling idea to put in. Plus the visuals are incredible. I love diving into the Med Sea at the start, and it's kind of all blue and you swim down. It really feels like an open world, but it's finite in space. And the Arctic Circle as well is a very similar experience, and you don't have the pressure of the oxygen and having to find air, but I quite like that because it takes the undersea and gives that an area of exploration rather than just an area of panic to find the next air. And I just think it's quite a complete game. Some people kind of criticize the story a little bit, but I think it's quite good, and to bring in the Norse kind of mythology, I quite like that as well. So that would be my pick.
Brilliant.
Oh yeah, of course, and there's the Underpuss as well.
The Underpuss?
It's a kraken.
Oh, that's the old Kraken.
Affectionately named by the Tomb Raider community.
They named him the Underpuss.
Yeah, you've got is it Fluffy, the T-Rex from? Oh, I bet that's wrong. Oh, it's something like that for the T-Rex from the Anniversary, I think. But they've got kind of names for each of the big creatures. We should pick something like that each week as well.
Yeah, if you like. Yeah, if you want to come up with a question for next time, that'd be cool.
Well, the next big one would be level. Let's bring that back next week. It's going to be quite close, this one, actually, because we did keep in contact, and we were jumping. There were points where you couldn't tell who was ahead because of the two items. There was points where I was ahead, and there were points where you were ahead. So actually, it's going to be quite close.
I'll just start a drum roll.
Okay. Right, 1 hour.
1 hour.
20.
20.
8.
7.
Before we put the scores up, I did get a second secret.
Oh no. Shame, because I did too.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh,
You had that one in your pocket, didn't you?
thank the Lord. That's so close.
Oh yeah. So was it the one in the spike pit?
Yeah, I walked through it with because that's again like a Tomb Raider logic thing, like from one of the challenge rooms in St. Francis Folly, where you just you can walk through spikes,
Yeah.
but if you run through them, it hurts you. Yeah.
They were like as tall as her, though. To be fair,
That was a really cool area, like a bit maze-like, sort of underneath that gallows tree.
fair enough. We can put the scores up here. Yeah.
On your face.
Well, congratulations, I suppose.
Thank you very much. That puts us at even, and we'll be going on to the labyrinth, which I presume will be like the sort of end of this level with the cool atmospheric, like different crypts and like walking around like underneath the tree. I am looking forward to it quite a lot.
I think the island levels seem quite engaging.
Right. Well, thanks for watching this week. Next time we'll be back doing the labyrinth.
What's the scores?
Scores here. Right.
Okay. Right. See you next time. I don't think this is supposed to happen.